you know, they made us to see that death is something so scary. But death is a blessing. It's a blessing. When somebody dies, you have to celebrate the person. You don't have to cry. You don't have to cry. We should rather cry when our wives give birth. Because this fetus came on earth, you don't know his tendencies. He might be the one to destroy you. Maybe he might be the one to rape your wife. Or he might be the one to rob the bank. Maybe he might be the one to kill the president. When you die, there is a place that you have to go.
Your friend is Sike.
Sike.
Oh,
Sike. Ya funi Sike. Sike jankani Sike ya temude oyubezi.
Exclusive interview on television, CK. We here once again. Of course, my guest is the I prefer calling him Lord Zilla, a seer, a spiritualist. Today, what we are about to discuss is death. Why should people even die? The secret about death. I'm CK. With all due respect, subscribe to television CK. Bohosemita. The one who said grammar for power. When I return, we will kickstart the Congo. Second stay, I'll be right back.
Enya asase amanso twenda ho ehu so pani kwapi akrama ni panyenim asase ne de amanso twibianda ho na da ho no tetrete so himpom bi enim eno de bebi a wunya bi ato a ene Nasco Properties de nika ewo Nasco Properties wato asase na wiaje ho nkrata ne bibia no ope wo mo mbesi ama wa jai omo qualified construction team adan bia ope bia ombe kukuresi wonum kinkren Nasco Properties for farmland asase yantama yade yekua ewo Winneba ne Cape Coast Quantimpone so Simbrofo a eben Apam Junction Nasco Properties insase ne twehyiam biaye
Kaswa Winneba Road Dominase near the new Agbogloshi Onion Market Kaswa Winneba Road Akrampa near Fete Kakraba Kaswa Bojiasi Road Papase near Richmond School Complex Pram Old Ningo near Ningo Secondary School Tema Akosombo Road Shai Hills Osudoku Frey 0240 221 0277 071 717 and 0302 864 956. Nasco Properties,
your realtor for life. I'm back. The I like your African wear.
Thank you very much.
Wow. What's death? What's death? Like death?
First of all, I would like to greet your cherished viewers around the globe. And he prefer calling me the I or Lord Zilla. I am the CEO of Bisatumi Spiritual and Herbal Center. Death is changing a vehicle from this vehicle to another vehicle. This body is a vehicle.
I didn't get that one word. Changing what? A vehicle.
Yeah.
To another vehicle.
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means you are changing this dimension of existence to a different dimension. This dimension called the body and the mind to a different dimension. So changing of the dimension has a process. We have a natural death and we have breaking of the body, which is unnatural. Normally, it is very good for people to die naturally. As we are talking, as we are discussing right now, we are already in the process of death. The more you grow, the more you are dying. So the cells within the body becomes feeble as time goes on. So when the body becomes feeble, the ultimate death itself happens on its own. But when you are not lucky enough and the body is being broken, that is where attachment will come. Then you become a dark satellite. We have entities called dark satellites, and these dark satellites, normally they are the how should I call it, the souls that are being locked by their tendencies or by their attachment or something, or the body has been broken. It means the body has still vibrant. The etheric body and the celestial bodies and the mental body is still vibrant. So the link between the physical body to the mental body to the etheric body, which is the silver cord, is still vibrant, because the body wasn't feeble before the other bodies left with the body. So since the physical body was not feeble, the physical body has not passed through the process of death to its own due, it has been broken. So definitely the other bodies will still have the vibrance. So it will be very difficult for this person to know that he's gone. These are some of the people normally in our local dialect we call them atofu, or what is atofu, yes, because the other
it wasn't a natural death.
Yes,
I mean via accident.
Yes. You see, if you are a drunkard, drink so much alcohol, the body can break through that process, because the cells within the body are working more than their capacity. So definitely the body will break. It is not necessarily that when one die through accident makes the person, locked or something. Anything can hold the astral body and the other bodies from going back to I wouldn't say source, going back to Kamaloka to reincarnate. Too much of attachment, too much of ego. Yes, too much of ego can make one to block from, prevent the person from going back to source.
I don't really understand that one.
Ego simply means false identity. So if you have this false identity, definitely your subconscious and your superconscious and your consciousness dwell into that, that plane or that place.
So what do you mean by false identity here?
Yes, right now this full body is full of ego. That tells you that you always perceive yourself as this body, which you are not. Can you say that you are the vehicle? You only in the vehicle, but you are not the vehicle, isn't it so? So you need the vehicle to do what? To do your errands, isn't it so? So you need this body to do what? To do your errands. So you are not this body, but rather you are in the body. Hope you understand what I'm saying. But the false identity, which is the ego, makes you to believe that me, Zilla, I am this body. So I always see myself as this, forgetting the true identity of who I am. So definitely I become so much attached to this. So this attachment will cause a certain vibration. So when I die, this vibration becomes so vibrant to the extent this false identity will keep popping in and out. So it will take time before I will be able to know I'm gone. Normally, in the normal circumstance, when you die, within 72 hours, you should be able to do what? To go back to Kamaluka and reincarnate. Within 72 hours.
To go where?
Back to Kamaluka.
Kamaluka.
Yes, and reincarnate. But when the body is broken, or the body wasn't stable before the death happens, the energies still, are still there. It is still vibrant, still active. So it will take time for you to know that you are gone, because the consciousness still remains as vibrant. The link, which is the silver cord, which it has to cut, or it has to disconnect from this physical existence to the other planes, still vibrant. So how possible for you to know that you are gone? So since you don't know, you become a dark satellite. These are some of the things happening in our societies. So you hear that somebody will have a dream that a man is having sex with a lady. It happens. Or a man will have a dream that he's having sex with a female. Because 99% of these entities, they have lived before within us, so they know how joy and how sweet these things are. Okay, so definitely they are always attached to that. So these are the attachments. So when they die, this attachment will hold them from not going back to the source. So since this attachment holds them from not going back to the source, so they will remain into this life for some period of time until the due of their life comes. Then it will be broken. So death is not something that we should be afraid of.
No, but if I understand you very well, are you saying when someone dies and the silver cord is still intact, the person will still be around?
Yeah, for
some time.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Because the energies still vibrant. The silver cord is still vibrant. So the awareness of the person knowing that I'm dead will take time before the person will be aware of his death. Okay,
so what will trigger his or her movement away?
Definitely, every life has a due. Okay, he or she will leave, so the time comes. Okay, maybe if the person has been mandated to live 20 years or 30 years ahead, and the body was broken, definitely he will leave to that time. Then he will go back to Kamaluka. Okay,
so does everyone has a period of time to stay on this earth?
Everybody has a period of time,
regardless. If your time is up, it's up.
Yes.
Can you I wouldn't say buy, but can you request for longevity? For instance, Lord Zela, for instance, if you want to grow to approximately 100 years, can you request or I
know where you're heading to it.
Okay.
This is not a matter of requesting. You can adjust, your lifespan.
How do you do that? Because you've already said that everybody has a period of time to live on this earth.
Sure.
So how do you then adjust it?
Okay.
Then meaning the period of time isn't specific.
Are you done?
Yes.
Everybody has a period of time of living. But when you become more conscious of your living, you can adjust. I've been saying this all the time. We are God within. So we choose the period of our living. Okay? Life has not limited. Life has not limits. Excuse me. Life is unlimited. But we living in the life are limited. You understand what I'm saying? And we are God within. So when this God within you become more vibrant, this time will not have any relevance on you anymore.
Also, you can anytime do rituals and request for additional time.
Not ritual. Let me tell you something. In India, there are people, mystics, who decide, they tell their disciples that today I'll leave. They decide when to go. My teacher, he decided when to go and he left.
Is it for real?
I'm telling you, the one who taught me, he told me 2 years before his death that this so and so day he will be gone. My dad died on Thursday. He told me on Tuesday that he'll be gone on Thursday.
Your old dad.
My dad, they won't get back to me. So there are people who were able to manage their consciousness to the higher awareness. You know, understand me? So it is only the mogul, it is only the, how should I put it, the carnal minded people who normally live in limitation. But when you awake the Christ within, Christ, Jesus, you brought in an issue. Jesus, he knew he's going to die, didn't he? He knew. He told his disciple, the Son of Man will be crucified and resurrect after 3 days, isn't it so? So he knew all these things. He scheduled all these things. He wanted to show them that there are people who were more consciousness. They can decide to die today and resurrect after some days. So death is changing of vehicles.
Did Jesus Christ really resurrect?
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
Okay.
He did. Let me tell you something. Each and every mystic.
Because in our previous interview, you said there was no resurrection.
Yes.
But now you are saying
yes. That's why I'm telling you that the Bible itself is full of esoteric. It's full of spiritual. What I mean by the resurrection, it may be different from what you know as a resurrection.
No, resurrection as in
somebody
coming back to life.
But you see, but it's far different from that. Right now, if I give you the light of spirituality, I've resurrected you from death. Right now, anybody or everybody who is not spiritual is dead. You understand what I'm saying? So until the person is able to do it, to awake from the sleeping, awake from the death. Okay, right now you don't know. Maybe you are there, you are full of spiritual.
No, but don't twist it.
I'm not twisting anything.
Yes, okay? Sure. But we know the Jesus Christ story.
Yes,
they killed him and he resurrected.
And even the killing matter, in our perspective, is something different.
Okay, let us not go there.
So maybe we'll discuss that
some other time. Sure.
Okay. So when you are able to uplift these energies, you don't have limited. This limitation of time and everything will not have effect on you. Okay. So you don't need to be afraid of death. But some of these religious, they made us to see that death is something so scary. But the death is a blessing. It's a blessing. Which when somebody dies, you have to celebrate the person. You don't have to cry. You don't have to cry. Yes, you don't have to cry. Is
it proper for us to be keeping the dead body in the morgue, like the mortuary?
No, it's not.
Why?
Because you are causing more attachment for the innocent soul.
Break it down. You are too technical.
You see, the dead. The body has a relation with the God within. The one who lives in it. Okay. So when you put the person, the body into a freezer.
The body is the vehicle, right?
The vehicle into the freezer. Okay. This freezer itself has a certain particles of energy. Okay, that suppress the energy within the body to become more feeble, to be able to disconnect. You understand what I'm saying? Which is why in Asian, side of world, when somebody dies, they cremate the person. They will do rituals. They cremate the person. They burn the person because they want the person. The energies to become more feeble so that the person will disconnect. So you keeping the dead body in the freezer, you are creating more attachment, more energies. So it will be very difficult for the person to disconnect. It will be more difficult.
No, but immediately you die, the spirit within you moves out. Or
no. when you die, when you are not conscious of yourself, you will be aware of your death after 3 days. When you die, 72 hours approximately. When you are not conscious of yourself, if you are not a mystic or higher conscious being, okay, it will take 72 hours before you will know of your death.
Where will you be by then?
You'll be rotating, roaming around. You wouldn't know that you are dead.
That's
when you see that you'll be shouting, hey, I'm here, I'm that, or I'm here, I'm that, because he's ignorance of himself.
But then people will not hear.
Yes. So until these 72 hours, okay, this 72 hours has something to do in spiritual. If you add the 7 and the 2, it will give you 9. That's the Death number.
Let me check this one in. My father died, and I was in the room alone. He usually hangs his suit at the hall. So I was there, and I felt like there is someone in the room with me. I started scenting like his perfume. So one of his suit fell down, and the room became extremely heavy. But within like a twinkle of an eye,
he left.
Yes.
You see, if things like this happen and you mention the person's name 3 times, he'll respond. Yes, he came purposely for you. You see, let me tell you something. When people die, within the period of 72 hours, they are more vibrant.
He will respond for you to hear.
Yes. He came purposely for you. Okay, that's what I'm saying. When people die, within 72 hours, they are more vibrant. Okay, their silver cord is not cut off. Disconnected from the physical, existence. Okay, so definitely they will be roaming within this 72 hours before they depart. But when the person is not, when the body is being broken, that's the most dangerous aspect of all.
No, broken as in like a car accident or something.
Yes. In normal this thing, we all should grow old before we die. We all should grow old, but then the body is too feeble. It's process. Life is process. Okay, so you are dying gradually. Each and every day. Right now we are dying. Me of last year is different from me that I'm sitting today.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm dying gradually.
Day in, day
out. I'm dying. Okay, so we are all dead men walking. So this process has to take time for some period of time before the life within it will be due.
Okay, so you said when someone dies, within the next 72 hours, it's easy for you to talk to that person, or connect to that person. So for instance, your mom, your dad is dead. You are still within the 72 hours. How do you communicate with that person?
Okay, first, if you are somehow spiritual, it will be more easier. But if you are not spiritual, and within these 72 hours, and you feel some different atmosphere around you, it means this person has visited you. Okay, this person is around you. Just mention his name or her name 3 times, he or she will respond to you instantly. He will respond. Yes, I'm telling you. There is a leaf when somebody dies, and maybe within 12 hours, okay, and the person is not being buried, there's a leaf. If you place one on his lips here and the other one on his chest, and you mention his name 3 times, he will rise and speak to you. Yes, it's a leaf. It's a natural. It has more energy. Okay, and we have something called mediumship. It is a course that we treat in our class. This mediumship is when you master this course, you'll be called a mediumist. You see, we communicate with dead. We communicate with them because 99% of them are in Astra. So you can communicate with them, talk to them, ask them what happened to them. They will tell you. Okay, it doesn't mean that when you die, that's all. No. When you die, there is a place that you have to go.
Okay, so now let's be a little bit technical. When was one be reincarnated?
It depends on his tendencies.
Okay, so
it's not specific.
Okay, so if a person is dead and has been reincarnated, how do you talk to that person?
Wow, that's a good question. Very good, brilliant question. You see, there is a saying in our traditional, practice that your friend is our mba. Your 2 years our friend and another our mba. Let's just send people who are reincarnating. Okay, but you see, human beings are supernatural beings. Okay, as you are here, you are everywhere. So if you read the theory of relativity, you know that you are related to everything and everywhere. You are here, you are in Astra, you are in celestial world, you are in spiritual world, you are everywhere. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So when you die, your other bodies become more vibrant and become more conscious than this physical body that you are here. So you become, let's put it this way, because of people to understand what I'm saying, you become more spiritual a little bit. So the illusion, begins to reduce. Okay, like the illusion of I cannot do, it reduces. Okay, you become to have this certain idea that you can do, you can pass through this, because the astral body is more feeble than this. So the astral body is more faster than everything, than this physical body. So do the celestial body too, more faster than the astral body. So do the spiritual body, more faster than the celestial body. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So if you are more conscious of yourself, you the mediumist, if you are more conscious of yourself and you are more knowing of what you are doing, if the person reincarnated, he doesn't mean that he is not in existence. He that reincarnated is in everywhere. You can tap his energy from everywhere to communicate with him. That's what I'm saying. Right now, modern scientists, they have gotten to a stage of knowledge, or science has gotten to a stage of period that when you die, they can preserve your memories for so many years. If they have any question, they can contact your memory. Don't you know that? They do. So it is full of memories. The memory is in the cosmos. You've lived a memory here, and the memory is an energy. It's in the cosmos. Regardless wherever you have reincarnated to, I don't care. The memory still remains. I can tap the memory wherever you are. I don't care. Okay, right now, this program that we are doing right now, this interview, assuming in the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, I'm gone, this memory still remains. If my child want to see this memory of mine, if there is still a Google, YouTube, he can go to YouTube and see this memory. As in, it is happening right now. He's watching it as in it is something that is happening right now. Isn't it so?
Sure.
But it was a way back video. Right now, I can go and tap in the memory of Nkrumah. There is a videos of Nkrumah. I can sit with Nkrumah, listen to Nkrumah, as in I was there. Isn't it so? So everything that we are doing, our life is full of memories. So we are living memories. Okay? So the memory is part and particles of our tendencies. So we can reincarnate to anywhere, but our memory still remains in the cosmos. So if I want to tap you, I can tap through the memory to know what happened previously, regardless wherever you are. Isn't it so?
Okay, so if you reincarnate, do you come back with your old memory?
You see, this understanding, this all things about reincarnation. I don't believe that people reincarnate in this human form 2 times. I don't believe that. You know, life is full of, life is about evolving. We are evolving. We are not going backwards. We are always moving forward. So from here, there are places that you have to go. You don't need to go to come back again. We are evolving. We are going. But you know, people do believe that your life here, if you don't live in the good life, it means you fail your exams. So you'll be repeated. So definitely, you can reincarnate as an animal. That's what people believe. You can.
What do you believe?
I don't believe. I know.
Okay, tell
I
us.
know that life is full of what? Evolving. Nature always evolves. Nature does not go backwards. Nature always goes forward, moves forward all the time. So you were from somewhere and you became a human being. So from human, you become something different. Not as human. You are going. On this earth plane, on this physical earth plane, human beings are the most miraculous creation of the creator of the universe. What of the other planes? We have quadrillions of planes, isn't it so? So we are evolving. You came to this plane for something. When you are done, you go to somewhere again. It's not necessarily we should always be on this. Is this only the plane? Is this only a place that the soul should always reincarnate? There are quadrillions of planes. The soul needs to expand on its fullest of existence. Isn't it so? So I know we reincarnate to a different form, not as humans.
Like what? Animal?
No, different thing. You've left in animality and you became a human being. So from human, you go to something else.
What?
Something.
Mention one.
No, something. Something. You go to something.
Like a star or something?
Those star. Human beings are more gracious than star. Human beings are more gracious than angels. Human beings are more gracious than anything. In our galaxy, human beings are the most miraculous phenomenon of what? The existence.
How do you say that?
Because as human, you'll be able, if you read the stories of many scriptures, it is only human beings who were able to trick an angel. It is only human who can trick a demigod. Okay? It is only human who can trick anybody. Because you are living in 2 dimensions. You are here in another plane. Okay? Human beings are cunning. It is only human beings that are unpredictable. You can't predict them. You may see him like this, within few seconds he will change to another thing. Isn't it so? But the angels, they are always like that. When they are facing this place, they will not change. They are like robots. So I pity those people who dedicate their life to angels. I pity them. They became slaves to angels. Meanwhile, they are the creator of the angels. You should be able to control them. You should be able to ask them to do your bidding. But if you are so subordinate to them, then I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want in this life.
Zilla, let me recall this. You said we should be happy when someone dies.
We should celebrate death
than to cry.
Yeah. We should rather cry when our wives give birth. Because when somebody dies, his life has ended here. Isn't it so?
Why should we cry?
Why should we cry when
wives?
Yes, because this filter came on earth. You don't know his tendencies. Maybe he might be the one to destroy you. Maybe he might be the one to kill you. Maybe he might be the one to rape your wife. Maybe he might be the one to rob the bank. Maybe he might be the one to kill the president. Isn't it so?
He can also be the president.
And he can also be the president.
He can also change
it can also be
the
it can also be the greater mistake. So we should cry because we don't know his tendencies. Either it is good or bad. It is so. But when you are more conscious, you will celebrate when your wife gives birth. Isn't it so? So I always advise people to become more conscious of themselves. They shouldn't be subordinate to people.
Okay. Lordzilla, the I. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Bisa Tumi Heba Center. Lord, I'm grateful having you this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Hope to see you some other time.
Very well then. Lordzilla.
Okay, I'm CK. Before you respect, subscribe to television CK. Ciao. Dakram.
Ya